again, here we are filming on set in Gamesiton. I know it kind of looks like our set usually, but we are on our spaceship, so that makes it a little bit better. Brandon, what are we reading today?
Today we're reviewing Skull. It was a game published in 2011. It's 2 to 6 players, runs about 45 minutes. It's a game that was designed originally by Hervey Marley, and he's not really that well known. He has done one game that I really was interested in called The Werewolves of Miller's Hollow. It's basically like a board gamification of the party game Werewolf. At least that's my interpretation of it. I wanted to play it in a game group back in Santa Clarita when I used to go there. Just never really panned out. But back to Skull. This was actually the very first game that I ever got that was a modern board game. I actually got it for only $3 at a Goodwill in Fillmore, California. Right now, when I just looked it up before we started filming, it actually runs for about $20, so that was a really great deal at the time. I've played this game countless times. This was literally probably the only modern board game I had until I got Love Letter. I won Love Letter in a contest for Gen Can't, which is like Gen Con or Gen Can, but for people who can't go there. I won Love Letter, and then basically this was the only game I had until that point. This is basically a bluffing game. It originally started, when the designer was designing this, it started as just a bar game. He was literally just writing it on coasters, and it basically became this game. And it's pretty simple. It's just a bluffing game. You're trying to not get a skull, but trying to get all the flowers. That's basically the game. I'm going to pass it over to Panda. He can give his opinion, and yeah.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on this game. It's great. It is a bluffing game. Ultimately, what you're doing is you're trying to lie. You're trying to trick your opponents and ultimately call your opponent's bluffs. Now, with my people on Gamesiton, it's a sucky game because they don't lie. So they're like, "Oh, I'm putting down the skull." Like they'll tell you straight up. I'm amazing at lying. I picked that up. That's an Earth trait. We don't really lie on other planets, but you Earth people like to lie on things. So I picked that up, so I became actually pretty good at it. It's compact. Again, you can take this game anywhere you want to go. It's fast. It's easy to learn. It's really not all that complicated. Would you agree that, kids can play this game?
Yeah, there are some parts that are unintuitive because essentially in the game, when you're bluffing, you have a choice to passing is relatively straightforward, but there's this idea of bidding and then adding another coaster, and people can initially get confused as to what exactly they don't quite understand it. It's mainly for people who maybe aren't board gamers in a hobbyist sense, but for the most part, it's pretty simple. You only have three actions. You have 2 actions that you can do or you can pass. So it's pretty simple.
And it's fast. It becomes enjoyable. And this is the thing too, is every time we've played it, you laugh. It's fun. It reminds me of Spoons, just a little less violent. And I think it'd be fun to play drunk, to be honest with you. This would be a good party game. Might be a little bit concerned with once you're drunk, you're just like, oh, coaster, and ruining the game, but
yeah,
it is coasters.
I actually was reading about, I think it was on the board game subreddit, how somebody literally made a version. It was out of poker chips because he brought it to a bar and they were drinking, and the person literally just rubbed the coasters like back and forth, and they ruined them. Mine's pretty worn because that was the only game I had, but literally I guess they had that in just one playthrough. Yeah.
We play it a lot. We really do. We play this game a lot. And it's also a good icebreaker for people that are new to the group. It's also good for if you're sitting around waiting, if you do go to game group and somebody has it and you're waiting for a different game to open up. It's fast. It doesn't take a lot of time. But anyway, that's Skull. I am going to go ahead and start this off with 2 thumbs up. This game is everything I look for in a game as a light game. It is a light game. There's nothing heavy about it. I definitely give it 2 thumbs up. It did what the guy was trying to achieve with it.
Yeah, I'm not going to go as far as Panda, but I will say 1 thumb up, definitely for me. It's a very good game, especially if you can get it for $3. Really, really great. But I mean, I go as far as $10, maybe even 15. Yeah, for me, it's definitely one thumbs up.
Come on. Piece of shit.
So in Skull, each person takes a turn. For example, before we begin, each person has a setup phase where they place it first one down. And it's pretty simple. I'm not going to go into the full thing of it's not a how to play video, it's just a review. Essentially, you can either place one down again, and then it goes to the next person, or you can say how many you're going to turn over and not get a skull. So let's just say I say 3.
Pass.
So I'm going to turn over this first one. Then he turns over that one, and then he'll turn over that one, and I got 3. So now in this situation, I just go ahead and turn this over, and I'll be halfway to winning, because once you turn it over again, then you win. But let's see where the skull is. There's the skull.
Skull. And Brandon literally just did a how to play this game as well. That is how simple this game is. This isn't a how to play video. That's how to play.
Yeah, there's some finer points on passing and the bidding, but yeah, I mean, that's the basics. So that's our review for Skull. Again, Panda gave 2 thumbs up. I gave it just 1 thumb up. And if you ever want to contact me on Twitter, that'll be BoardGameBruh. That's BoardGame, BRUH. And I'm going to pass it over to Panda for any further information.
If you guys have played the game, let us know. Give us your comments, your concerns, your reviews, even if you have any questions about the game, which you really shouldn't. It's pretty simple. The other thing is what other bluffing games do you know? This is a great bluffing game, so go ahead and leave in the comments what bluffing games you played, bluffing games you like, or even bluffing games you're interested in, and we'll take a look at them. Our description in the description box is going to be a link to our social medias, Brandon.
Yeah, and again, like, subscribe, and give me all the attention my parents never gave me. And again, I didn't choose the cardboard chose me.
Your parents didn't give you any attention.